Hello, everybody, and a warm, rosy morning welcome to one and all. Now, here we will start with the standard ninth NCRT Moment Supplementary Reader book. That is lesson number 8. A house is not a home. So true that we will come to know in this lesson. So, let me start this lesson. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel if you haven't subscribed still, and keep liking and sharing my videos. Give your comments, as your comments are very valuable. Can you see here a house on fire? There are the firefighters, one lady here. See this lady and her daughter. So let's see what happened here and what's the lesson all about. A house is not a home. So as usual, I'll read, as this is the first part of the lesson, I'll read and then word to word, line to line explanation of meaning will be there. A house is not a home. This story reflects the challenges of being a teenager and the problems of growing up. How does the author overcome his problems? Author's house was on fire and they had to run out of the house. In that, that author lost cat, and it was a pet cat, tabby cat. And what all things happened, how he came back from depression to a normal back, healthy, happy life again. So what all things happens, see here how they make another house, another time their house their home in actual. My first year of high school felt awkward after leaving junior high at the head of my class. With all the seniority the upper grade levels could afford me, it felt strange starting over as a freshman. The school was twice as big as my old school. And to make matters worse, my closest friends were sent to a different high school. I felt very isolated. At his first year of his author's high school, her high school, she left the junior high at the head of my class. Means, suppose there are some schools who are having maximum 4th standard or 5th standard like that, and they are the junior schools, and then from then students have to be admitted to yet another schools who has the upper grades. So at there you are very well adjusted with your normal routine life and your friends, teachers, everything. But now she had to move to a high school, to a big school. So she felt very strange, and there she had to start as a freshman because this old school was very small, half in size as compared to the new school. Then even the closest friends were sent to a different school. So she felt that she had been isolated. She is all alone and she could not manage her life. She will not be able to adjust herself in her new school. She felt like that. ऑथर को ऐसा लगा कि जैसे अपर स्कूल में उसे डाला तब उसे ऐसा लगा कि उसके फ्रेंड्स छूट गए, वो वहाँ पे अपने आप को एडजस्ट नहीं कर पाएगी. बड़ा स्कूल बहुत ही, न्यू स्कूल बहुत ही बड़ा था उसके ओल्ड स्कूल से, इसीलिए ऑथर बहुत चिंता में थी कि मैं कैसे एडजस्ट करूँगी अपने न्यू स्कूल में. I missed my old teachers so much that I would go back and visit them. They would encourage me to get involved in school activities so I could meet new people. They told me that in time I would adjust and probably end up loving my new school more than I had my old one. They made me promise that when that happened, I would still come by and visit them from time to time. I understood the psychology in what they were saying, but I took some comfort in it nonetheless. I missed my old school teachers, means she missed where she was studying previously when she was young, and she would go back often and visit them. And teachers would encourage, okay, beta, there's no problem, you will adjust Some time it will take, but everything will be adjusted soon as you meet the new people. They told me to adjust, and probably she will also end up loving the new school. Okay. Then, like the old one only, they were consoling and comforting her and convincing her in all the ways that from time to time she should come back again. When she starts loving the new school, that time she should come again and again and meet their old school teachers. They even took promise from her. She understood that they are trying to comfort her, but she was being happy in that state, and she was liking that attention and pampering. How the teachers were consoling her. उसके ओल्ड स्कूल के टीचर्स उसे समझाते थे कि वो चिंता ना करे, वो जल्दी नई जगह पर भी एडजस्ट हो जाएगी, और जब वो एडजस्ट हो जाएगी वो उसे नया स्कूल भी उतना ही प्यारा और अच्छा लगने लगेगा. उसके बाद उससे प्रॉमिस भी लिया कि उसके बाद भी नया स्कूल अच्छा लगने के बाद, प्यारा लगने के बाद भी वो बार बार इधर आएगी और उन सबको मिलेगी. और ये ऑथर को भी ये अच्छा लगने लगा कि इस तरह से उसके टीचर्स उसे अच्छे से समझाते थे, और उसे भी ये बात अच्छी लगती थी कि ये टीचर्स की साइकोलॉजी है कि इस तरह से वो बोलेंगे कि आप नई जगह एडजस्ट हो जाओगे तो वो ज़रूर हो जाएगा और उन्हें अच्छा लगेगा. वन संडे आफ्टरनून, नॉट लॉन्ग आफ्टर आई हैड started high school, I was sitting at home at our dining room table doing homework. It was a cold and windy fall day, and we had a fire going in our fireplace. As usual, my red tabby cat was lying on top of all my papers, purring loudly and occasionally sweating at my pen for entertainment's sake. So here, what happened? There was one Sunday afternoon, and that writer, she had started his new high school, and she was sitting at home. Maybe it was a holiday or whatever. Then they were at the dining table and doing homework. And it was a cold, windy fall day. It was a very, very cold day. And they were sitting next to the fireplace. There was a fire going there, lighted over there, and writer's tabby cat. Let me show you the meaning of tabby cat. Tabby. And she was purring loudly. She was making noises and she was sweating. So let me also show you the meaning of sweating at my pen for her entertainment's sake. So let me show you the meaning of tabby and sweating. See, this is a tabby cat. Is a domestic cat with a distinctive M-shaped marking on the forehead, stripes by its eyes and across its cheeks. I'll show you some more pictures of tabby cat, but here the tabby cat was red in color. How cute it looks. And the meaning of sweating: to hit something, especially an insect, with something flat. So the cat was hitting continuously at the pen to have entertainment for her. She was never far from me. I had rescued her when she was a kitten, and somehow she knew that I was the one responsible for giving her the good life. So the writer says that she thought that cat had idea that it was the author who gave her a very good life, and she rescued when she was a very, very little cat, a kitten, and then she raised her by bringing her to her home. Now, see here, बिल्ली को जैसे अच्छे से पता था कि उसे इतनी अच्छी ज़िंदगी देने के लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल, जवाबदार व्यक्ति कौन, जिम्मेदार कौन है? ऑथर, राइटर ने उसे अच्छी ज़िंदगी दी है, जैसे ये बिल्ली को पता था. My mother kept stoking the fire to keep the house nice and warm. Suddenly I smelled something strange and then I noticed it. Smoke pouring in through the seams of the ceiling. The smoke began to fill the room so quickly that we could barely see. So what happened here? Let's see. First the meaning of seams. Here seams of the ceiling. Let me show you the meaning first. That is the joints of the ceiling. A line where two things join. Here also at the roof, the two things, the ceiling where the two things join. It is called the seam. And stoke. Meaning of stoke. Stoke means to add fuel to the fire, to continuously tend and take care of the fire, to make it more strong. So mother was just tending to the fire, looking after the fire, and smoke started coming out from the seams of the ceiling. There was fire in their house. And there suddenly the smoke filled the room that they could not see at all. They were not able to see smoke, so much smoke was there filled inside their room. Groping our way to the front door, we all ran out into the front yard. By the time we made our way outside, the whole roof was engulfed in flames and it was spreading quickly. I ran to the neighbors to call the fire department while I watched my mother run back into the house. So what happened? Groping their way to the front door. Let me show you the meaning of word groping, then engulf. First I will show you the meanings. Groping means to search for something, to find your way using hands because you cannot see. Engulf means to cover completely somebody or surround something or somebody completely. To surround something or somebody completely. The writer, the author and mother, they both groped their way to front door to locate by using hands. They came through the front door and they came out into the front yard. But they made their way outside. The whole roof was engulfed. Engulfed means totally surrounded and totally covered in flames. And it was spreading like anything. Fire spread so quickly. And the author ran to the neighbor's house to make the phone call to the fire department. And at the same time, she watched that mother ran back into the house. यहाँ पे जैसे ही आग लगती है वैसे राइटर और उसकी मम्मी बाहर की ओर भागते हैं, पर उनको देख नहीं पाते हैं धुएं की वजह से। तो अब लोकेट करते ढूंढते हाथों से बाहर की तरफ, बाहर के बरामदे में निकलते हैं। और तब तक पूरी छत पे आग की लपटों में घिरी हुई थी उनकी छत, और वो बहुत ही तेज़ी से फैली जा रही थी। तब ऑथर अपने एक पड़ोसी के घर फायर डिपार्टमेंट को फ़ोन कॉल करने के लिए भागती हैं। और एट द सेम टाइम वो ये भी देखती है कि उनकी मम्मी वापस घर के अंदर चली गई हैं। My mother then ran out of the house carrying a small metal box full of important documents. She dropped the case on the lawn and in great state ran back into the house. I knew what she was after. My father had died when I was young, and I was certain that she was not going to let his pictures and letters go up in flames. They were the only things that she had to remember him by. Still, I screamed at her, "Mom, no!" So, first, let me explain you this paragraph. It's quite easy words containing. My mother, she ran out of the house Or writer's mother, she ran out of the house and came back with a small metal box. There were all sorts of important papers in it. And suddenly, in a hurry, she dropped the case on the lawn, and in a mad state, in a crazed state. See here, crazed means in a like shock and mad state. She went back into the house. The writer knew that yes, she may have gone to bring the father's memories. Her father had died when she was very, very young. So her mother did not want to get those pictures and letters burnt. So she went back to bring the pictures and letters from the fire, back from the fire. These were the only remembrance of her father to her and her mother. Still, that writer screamed, she shouted at the top of, "No, mom, no, like you should not go inside because it's very, very dangerous." तो इसके बाद क्या होता है यहाँ पे? उनकी मम्मी घर के बाहर निकलती हैं, उनके हाथ में एक मेटल का बॉक्स है जिनमें कागज़ भरे हुए हैं, ज़रूरी काम के कागजात वगैरह थे, और फटाफट उन्हें फेंक के गिरा के लॉन पे गार्डन में, और वो फिर से वापस घर के अंदर दौड़ी जाती हैं, क्योंकि राइटर कह रहे हैं कि मुझे पता है कि वो यहाँ पे क्यों अंदर गई वापस, क्योंकि राइटर का ये फादर बहुत ही छोटी उम्र में गुज़र चुके थे, तो उनकी मम्मी के पास उनके फ़ोटोज़ और लेटर्स के अलावा उनके पास कुछ भी उनकी याद नहीं थी, यादगिरी की चीज़ें नहीं थी। तो उन्हें यादों की वजह से वो उनकी मम्मी फिर से अंदर जा रही हैं घर के, ताकि वो लेटर्स और फोटोग्राफ्स को बाहर ला सकें। ये सब बातें जानते हुए भी राइटर चाहती नहीं है कि वो अपनी मम्मी को अंदर वापस भेजें, क्योंकि ये बहुत ही डेंजरस है, घर पूरा आग की लपटों से घिरा हुआ था। इसीलिए राइटर चीखने लगी कि नहीं मम्मी नहीं। With this, I would like to end my first part of the lesson number 8, A House is Not a Home, in Moment Supplementary Reader, Standard 9th. Hope to see you at the earliest soon. We'll meet you again. Take care. Bye bye.